6:30 p.m. Eastern. ShelbysWorld live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, her role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.
Shelby's World Podcast. Shelby's World.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of SW Live, Shelby's World. We are in the building. Welcome to Wednesday. Hello, hello, hello. I'm happy to see y'all. Always happy to see y'all. And I'm grateful for a new day. So welcome. Today we have a very, very important show today. And this show is near and dear to my heart, not just because of the topic in general, but because of the people who are involved. So truth indeed, truth telling. I was happy to be able to connect with both of them and make this happen. It's been on my heart. So just having this opportunity to talk to this father and son is going to be beneficial today, not just for them, but for other father and son relationships. As I may have stated earlier in my think piece, I do want to make sure that we absorb this. If you're going to be commenting and giving any feedback on today's show, we want to make sure we keep it positive. We want to make sure that the access that you have today, remember, this is a privilege to be invited into someone's relationship. So make sure that you keep your judgment and your opinions to yourself, but any concerns and questions you may have that can help this conversation work in the way that it needs to, definitely drop those in the comment section. But I will say again, welcome, 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 and welcome. My first, let me go and say what this little piece that I want to get out today. So first and foremost, I would like to say that this episode will explore the profound impact of parental guidance and the protective love that shapes us from birth. And as parents, as a parent myself, we don't always have all the right answers. We don't always have the right resources in the right direction to guide. But it is our job to make sure we find those resources so that we can implement them into our children's their journey, because they'll need it. They'll need it more than we think that they need it. They need us more than we think that they need us. So I'm gonna go ahead, and with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and welcome our first guest, the son, Saad Akbar Jr., to the stage. Y'all give him a round of applause. Welcome to the stage, Saad. What's up?
What they do? I'm just chilling, man. Just blessed to be here.
That's right. That's right. We're blessed to be here. I'm glad to see you. So tell us a little bit about yourself and let us know what you hope to gain from today's show.
My name is Akbar Jr. I'm a rapper, but I hope to gain from this show. I'd say maybe some closure and really just a pure understanding of just like where my pops. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really got no clear answer. Like I won't. I know the answer is gonna be all given today, but I said whatever God lead my heart to. I can't say at the moment. I can't say it. That's
Okay.
a good question. That's a good question.
I know, and I ain't give you a preview. I didn't give you this as a preview question so you could be prepared for it. I wanted you to kind of answer it as you know in your natural state. So that's why I'm asking it now versus prior. But and my follow-up question to that is, with today's conversation, are you hoping, even with you said closure pretty much means finito. But are you looking for some understanding as to why you guys are where you are today?
Yeah, you could say that. I could just say just motives about certain decisions that be made. I guess you could say that. That's
Okay.
probably a solid answer for that. Just like where there's certain decisions and answers come from.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Now we're gonna bring Pops on and let him do the same thing. Okay. Welcome to the stage, Side at Bar Senior.
What's going on, Shelby World?
Welcome, welcome. Both of y'all so dark. It's so like they can barely even see y'all. I'm looking at the screen like, where they
Well,
at? Turn on that light.
hey,
Let's see some faces.
well, both
There
of us
we
probably
go.
have to be. We definitely probably in cars. So
Yeah.
I guess we got a lot in common, though.
Yes, yes. So welcome, Side. What's
Mhm.
happening? What's happening?
Hey, man, we blessed to be here, man. I'm just cooling.
Wonderful. Now tell me why you here and what you're hoping to accomplish today.
Um, Honestly, the basically, like he said, basically get some understanding. Um, I'm definitely kind of lost how we got here because like me and my son, yeah, that's my son, but I can't lie, like it's almost like my brother, my nephew, like we could talk about at one point, we could talk about anything, do anything together, go out together, laugh. You know what I'm saying? He always tell me, "Hey, daddy, hey, that's too many drinks. You got to go home." You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know how we got to this point, and I feel like a lot of well, I also feel like me and Sawda, we got a blessing and a curse at the same time, and basically me and Sawda are surrounded by a lot of women, but it's a lot of alpha women within that. So sometime me and him are placed in position to be the solid ground, or to be the ones for disclosure. And being a young man, older man, sometimes we bump heads in them departments, and sometimes we see things on level ground. And I think when we don't see them eye to eye, it don't just shake me and his relationship up. I think it shake all ladies up as well, and then that kind of adds on to it.
Okay. I like that presentation that you gave us as to why you're here and what you feel like is a lot of the imbalances within the relationship, because that definitely gives a little more clarity on how we can kind of sway and move the conversation. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I
Uh,
want to go ahead and start off with our quote of the day. And I normally do this anyway because it's important to me for us to have a balance of what it's an introduction to the conversation, but it also kind of makes it a little bit more it's like an icebreaker. So thank you, Jen. So our quote of the day is spending time together, expressing love and support, and practicing patience can help strengthen a father-son relationship. um Jay, your TV is echoing on my screen, baby. um no, close the door real quick. Thank you. um So the quote of the day: spending time together, expressing love and support, and practicing patience can help strengthen a father-son relationship. And I won't say it just so help strengthen a father-son relationship, but I will it helps in any relationship to have those core objectives being met. But also, because we're talking about a father and son today, this is definitely something that has to happen, because parental figures and strong parental figures and strong children figures, they do bump heads. They do. It happens because a lot of times you have the same thoughts. You kind of embedded a lot of the things in them that you raised them with. They got a lot of that. So it kind of it'll come either sometimes come back to bite us in our ass, or either it allows us a little bit more understanding into how they saw us by how they project themselves in unto us. So um that quote, tell me, reading that and hearing that, what do you all think about that? Where you all feel you guys fit in that quote?
uh,
Uh, well, who go first? Madam.
um Looks like you can go first.
I could say I fit in that probably like practicing patience. God understand change don't come overnight, stuff like that, and it gonna come when you want, but over time it comes, or it definitely changes a little. So I fit in right there. I you know I guess I'm guessing. Like, yeah, I fit in right there. Like, just practicing more patience is just more, you know, like you just gotta vibe, I guess.
Do you feel like the patience can strengthen your relationship?
Um, uh, I don't, I don't know, man. I don't know. 'Cause I just feel like it's more the other stuff than patience or anything with this quote. I feel like.
Okay. Okay. So your the what you see in here is that you can practice patience. That's what you saw. So that's a good thing. We'll leave that there for your particular understanding of the quote. Big
Yeah.
side. What do you think about the quote? How do you think that resonates with you? Hold on, side. You going out. I can hear you now clearer now, but you breaking up a little bit. Just talk again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you done
Man.
froze. We'll come back to him on that
Back now.
question. I can hear you.
I don't know. Mm,
All right. We're gonna give Side some time to regroup with his connection, and we'll come back to him on that question. So in this session, we will hold space for a powerful dialogue between a father and son. And I feel like the true beauty of this conversation is going to lead into the unplanned vulnerability and of your messages, and how you guys receive the messages, not just how you perceive it, but how you receive it. So I do want you guys to make sure that you have an open mindset for today's conversation. We're going to practice making sure that we control our emotions during it, even if it's something said that you don't agree with. Just hold your tongue, and when it's your time to speak, we'll definitely make sure you do that. Express yourself as much as possible, because we want to clear the air. We want to make things way more clear as to why we even got to this point. So as that is very important, I'm gonna make sure. Hold on. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a second to reconnect. But Sai, tell me, while we're waiting on your father to come back on, tell me, because a good one thing that is good about this whole thing is that you're about to become a father. So
yeah.
how do you feel about strengthening your relationship with your father so that you can make sure? Because like as a kid, as a young man, how old are you now, Sai?
27.
You 27?
Yeah.
Just shot me like that. I've been telling people all day you was 24. Lord, I've been lying. Oh my God. Sai, you 27. See what I'm saying? Look how fast
Yeah.
time fly. Okay, good God, I ain't count 27. I saw you just shot me with that. Okay, but you about to be a father. And with you about to be a father, it's going to be things that you would need to lean on your father for guidance. And because what I will say is that no matter who we see our parents as, or who we saw them as before, they change, they do grow. We change it to better people, some worse, some but are you with that? Are you willing to, if based on how this conversation goes, are you willing to utilize your father as a resource for being a father? Would you go to him for some of those conversations? Are you willing to open up that door based on how you guys, especially because we're going to come to some resolution today. I can promise you that. So with that, are you willing to allow him the opportunity to be a part of your life while you're becoming a father and you're bringing in his grandchild?
I really honestly, I just gotta see. I just feel like a lot of damage has been done, stuff like that. So like, I really gotta see. But I mean, I definitely like, I know I don't know everything. I definitely it would be some stuff I would like to ask and stuff like that. And but I always see, like, it's just my life. I always seen that experience has been my best teacher, and that's kind of what I kind of like navigate the way I do, cause like, like he told me a lot of stuff that at first I ain't listen to him. Like, oh, he just talking. Then when I seen it for myself, I'm like, oh, he was right. You know what I'm saying? But experience taught me. It wasn't necessarily pop talking telling me, cause he told me we were right. I just ain't listen. So it's just like, what I'm saying. I be feeling like in more cases than some, for me, experience be my best teacher, when it comes to like a lot of stuff, trial and error.
And that's very good because we do learn a lot from experience. But I will say that, and this is something that I even tend to with my children. Um, Experience is definitely the best guide, but also when someone has already dealt with those same avenues that you're crossing and they've went through those mistakes and they've had those issues and they're trying to prevent it from you, you don't even have to go through the experience. Sometimes that direction saves you from having to make those mistakes and walk into those levels of experience that you think that is going to help guide you, and it ends up really breaking you.
Right,
So a
right,
lot
right,
of times your parents are giving you that knowledge beforehand because they've already walked those avenues. They've already taken those journeys. They've already made those mistakes. So in order for them, that was the experience that you all need. Them telling you half of the time how things went with them can save you from having to go down that same road, because it could be worse for you. It doesn't just get better. A shitty situation is a shitty situation. It ain't gonna smell better because you go through the shit or he go through the shit. Shit is shit. So
right.
when you balance it out that way, if he's preventing you from stepping in shit, sometimes we want to take those measures to walk in the lines that's been prevented for us or laid out for us, so that we don't walk into those avenues of deconstruction, because sometimes you cannot come back and reconstruct what you've torn down. So it's a good, and you made a clear point when you just said that. You literally just said he has given me the knowledge beforehand and I just ignored it. So so you on two channels. Which one you want me to add you back on Side Bar or Florida Business? Raise your hand under which. Hold on. Let's bring you back. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so how you exit
Yes.
out of this one? You gotta exit out of it.
Yes.
Y'all decide trial and
All
error
right.
right here, because outside told me he an old head. He still ain't got into technology yet. So we're gonna bring him back onto the stage right now.
That's so. Well, I would like to say, like, I think Saad basically said it himself. He's told me before, like, hey, Dad, I could get it from, I hear you, but I can't get it from you. I got to get it from someone else. And, that made me feel a certain type of way, but okay. I respect how he feel. I mean, it didn't mean that I was going to stop telling him, what I'm saying, if I feel like there's some flaws in his game, that, hey, this is where he need to step it up at. On the same token, if he can't get it from me, okay, oh well. That's what the village be for. You know what I'm saying? Because he had other people around him he might get it from. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of friends that are real tight that's been around him his whole life that he can go to and men, from Kevin Sargent, David Blow. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on with true people. His Uncle Wayne is some real true people. He can go, hey, maybe get it from a different man's perspective or point of view. But I think, I think me personally, from listening to him now, is like his biggest problem is, okay, you want to become a man and learn things on your own, but you don't want the shadow of your daddy's shoes. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I'm not tripping upon that, but My thing is, I never wanted him to have my shoes. I wanted his shoes to be bigger than mine. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be one of the only men in life gonna look at you in the eyes and tell you, hey, I want you to be better than me. You know what I'm saying? And he should know from that, man. My dad a real competitive dude from playing tunk to playing sports to doing whatever he doing. He gonna go hard behind it to say, dang, for him to be like he want to see me be better than him, that ought to mean something.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna give him a moment because it looked like we lost side for a minute. Hold on.
Right.
But yes,
Right.
you made a there he is. He's getting reconnected now. You made a very, very valuable statement there. And I'm gonna hold that statement. I want you to hold that side because we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna definitely come back to that. I want that to be a general focus because I've always said when it comes to those firstborn children, they already feel like they're in our shadows. They already feel like I'm about to bring you on right now, side. There you go. Okay. Can you hear us? You back? Say it again.
Can't hear you. I can't hear no more.
Yeah, you fading out real bad. You real staticky.
Taking time.
But so I'm gonna mute it for a second. Let him get his mic together. So they're born within our shadows, and that shouldn't be a negative. It shouldn't be a negative thing, but I think a lot of negativity comes from that when it's expounded to them that they need to that they're people are saying it all the time to them, especially when you're talking about in the world that you guys let me put them back in the world that you guys are in, the musical world, the talented world, all those different avenues can make things become a little bit more competitive. But a father-son relationship shouldn't get to that route, even though it does sometimes. So it's a question on this stage that says, what's some of the positives that they receive from each other? And that's big. That's why I wanted to hold your thought, because I wanted to ask that. What is something, little side? Can you hear me? Side, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Not you,
Hello.
big side. I was asking little side.
Okay.
I can't hear. Y'all
You
hear
can't
me?
hear? I hear you.
Okay, you hear me, but I
Yeah,
can't.
we
Y'all
hear
can't
him.
hear y'all. I don't know what's going
Can
on.
you
I ain't
hear
on the
me?
car or nothing. Yeah, no, I can't hear you. I see what you're saying, but I can't hear
All right,
you.
tap out.
Yeah,
Go out and come back. Go out and come back. This is a very important question that was just asked. What's some of the positive that you all receive from each other? Because once we start looking at some of the positives that you guys see from each other, you can actually get to why you're in the negative. You understand what I'm saying? What are the things
Yeah.
that you receive from your son that's a positive thing?
That he does.
Yeah, hold on. I want him to
I
be
mean,
on
something that
for
I
this
see that.
too. I want him to hear this. Hold on. Wait, let me get him back and see what's going on. Y'all in these bad places. There you go.
All right. You ready for me to answer now?
Hold on one second. Now let me see if I can hear him first.
Okay.
Can I
you hear me?
side? Little side, I can
Yeah,
hear you. Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, I
All
hear you now.
right,
Yeah,
great. Positive.
we back.
All
We
right.
back.
So this is something I want you to think about while your father is answering this question. The question is, what are some of the positives that you guys receive from each other? What is something that you see when you see your daddy? What positive things that you can gain from him? And same thing from you, Big Side. What are some of the positives that even that you feel like you have that may not have even come from your upbringing, but what you see in your son? What are some of those positives that we can take away?
Um, well, the first thing is I think he is so brilliant in the way that he can vibe and chill with all ages age group. I mean, his networking, like he got a stupid networking system that I'm gonna be honest, I'm jealous of. I don't know how this boy know. They say I know so many people on this, but how you put so many people? It's one thing to know them. It's another thing for people to come around you and yearn for your energy. You know what I mean? So that's a great that's a great tribute that he has. The next
Absolutely.
thing is the next thing is he he knows how to be serious, but Saul don't take nothing serious. He don't take, you know what I mean. And when he does, it's something like, like hey, like my mother passed. It has to be something serious in life for him to like kind of get down, or a point in life for him to get down. Everything else is like he always trying to be on the upbeat. Me, I'm a more serious, let's get it done, man. What's the next project? You know what I mean? We ain't got time to rest, let's go. And he could still be on that, but be playing and joking while he on that. You know what I mean? That's something he good at doing that I'm not. Um, uh, I mean, the next thing is like it, it, it's funny. You my son, you the apple of my eye. Everything I want in myself that was better, better. Hey, you big. Hey, man. Hey, you bigger than me in a certain way. You play ball locally this way. You know what I'm saying? You do music. You feel what I'm saying? You can get around certain people and rent out clubs and do stuff whether I'm there or not. You know what I mean? So basically, it's like watching myself times five. You know what I'm saying? And,
So
and
you're
that's
saying
that. Those
greater.
are the things for me. Yeah,
And hear
I
and then
see a
hearing
lot of
that.
meat in him, but the way he busting the moves to get to it could be way bigger than mine. But it's just to me it's just well, yeah, those are the good things.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I heard some very good points there, some very key points. Lasai, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Come back into the light.
I mean, like, you see me? Yeah.
I don't see you. It's so dark. It's complete like pitch black right there where you are. Your dad
Probably
just
froze.
gave you froze
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, it might be froze, but I see y'all. Mine moving. I don't know what's going. Probably got to
Well,
redo, refresh.
just keep it like that for right now. We'll just take your voice. We'll just take in the voice right now. Because I want to keep your focus right. We're on this. Um,
Mhm.
what is something that you see good about your father that you receive from him? What's a positive that you receive from your father?
I can say, oh, it taught me like good work ethics. Ways on how to be a man, and always working hard, and what I'm saying, like. You can't cheat. Just a lot of good life lessons, like lot of good on. Even ones he didn't say out his mouth, I just see from action. I see from, hey, but you got to get up and do this. You know what I'm saying? Just like lean by. You doing stuff like that. As children, we catch all that. You know what I'm saying? I see my dad or my granddad. They go get up and go to work every day. Like, okay, bet. I see, dang, when I get old, I got to do the same thing. I can't be sitting around. You feel what I'm saying? So, just lot of good. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good. You know what I'm saying? Like points and I say, it's so many to name, but I say the main ones, like, you can't quit when stuff get hard, and you gotta stand up and go through it, and you know, certain ways on how to deal with stuff, I got from him, and just, all around I say just, stand grounded in that work ethic, or you can say hustle, you know what I'm saying? But definitely the work ethic, like, you know what I'm saying, gotta be a hard worker.
I heard some very great points on both ends. I heard a father giving his flowers to his son for what he sees in him, and not just for what he sees, but being a better version of him. And then I also hear from the son the rewards and the awards that were given based on the actions that were showed in front of him in the way that his father has raised him in the upbringing. So my next question is going to key into how with so much positivity and so much good direction, why would negativity be inserted into places where there's so much positivity? What makes y'all clash? And I want to hear this from side junior side first. What is
Which one?
something
Oh, okay.
side junior? What is something that makes y'all clash? If you respect your father in the ways that he's given you and the resources, what is something that has happened to make y'all clash that makes you say, I don't need that right now? What, tell me, talk to me.
It's the I say what make us class is the disrespect for me. Like, yes, I have the respect for him, and it's like, I always try to be, being that that's my father, and I try to be biblical and stuff. I always try to be respectful, but I won't be disrespected. You know what I'm saying? But I don't tolerate it from no one. As I grow and learn myself, more especially like. I just kind of realized that like maybe 5, 6 months ago, like I just can't tolerate disrespect from anyone. You know what I'm saying? So let alone my father. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like a disagreement. And even though how small or big it is, it's like, yes, you are my father and you can, and you know what I'm saying, guide me to this and that. And yes, it might be times I don't listen that you is right, but that don't mean you go about it disrespectful way and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't like what you doing. And you feel me? Hey, let me bump my head. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna realize maybe it's in one day or 1 year or one decade that damn you was right, pops. You know what I'm saying? But let me be the judge of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's been my best teacher. Because like if I'm wrong, like it ain't just him, but if I'm wrong, got another person the decision, I'm furious. Nah, man, that's you and my. You know what I'm saying? But I can't point the finger. I always got to point it back at me. But it's like I'd rather be wrong for my mistake than okay. Daddy told me go left, so when I went left and he was wrong, I'm looking at you like you talking about. You know, but I'd rather it be damn. Well, I said go left, so I got to fix it myself. You know what I'm saying? And that'll just disintegrate any confusion or you know what I'm saying. Maybe somebody may feel later like, you the one to, you know what I'm saying? It'll disintegrate that. Now it's like I don't got nobody to go back to but myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's I mean that's one thing I could say.
Okay, and before I allow your dad to jump in, let me ask you this question, and I'm gonna give you a quick scenario because this isn't this your feelings about that are very important. They're received. My question to you is, if your 1-year-old baby
Mhm.
you put socket stoppers in the wall to prevent him from sticking his finger in those sockets to electrocute himself, right? And you're putting them in these walls for a reason. You know that what's going to happen is that he, as a baby, is going to put his fingers in those sockets. He's going to be experimenting because he doesn't have the knowledge of what's going to happen to him. But the parent, you as the daddy, you do, right?
Mhm.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay. So you're preventing him from sticking his fingers in them sockets by putting those socket covers on it. That's prepared prevention. That's what that is. So, and prepared prevention is something that happens anyway. Your parents are gonna do that because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to give you preparation so that it can prevent certain things. But watching sitting back on that chair without socket covers and socket protections on that socket, you just sitting in the chair watching your baby stick his fingers in the wall, is that good parenting?
I mean, hey, I gotta learn one day. Not saying I want it to be a bad thing. It may or may not happen, but hey, if I'm putting these in
Oh,
the wall for you to
oh my
stop it,
grandbaby.
and you still touching it, I gotta sit back and I gotta let you bump your head and say, boom, just like when I was younger, I touched that iron. My mama told me to touch that iron. I touched that thing, I realized, oh, that's hot for real. But that's always kind of how I been. So maybe that's a me thing, but I mean, I don't
Everybody
know if it's
is.
good parenting or not, but it's definitely, it's something I probably have to sit back and just be like, you gonna see how you jump when he put it in, he ain't gonna do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta just sit back and watch it.
So preventative parenting starts before the babies come side. So I asked you that question for a reason, not to even just reflect on you and your father, just because I know you about to become a father. And preventative parenting starts now. So what I've gathered so far just by listening to you is that what's being told to you is correct. You know that it can prevent certain things, but just because you want to go ahead and experience it anyway, you're going to do that. Is that what I'm hearing? You got to see it for yourself.
I want to say I know it's correct, but I definitely say yeah, I just got to see it for myself because it's loopholes. You know, it's a lot of loopholes that came on about. And just nowadays, there's a lot of new stuff out. It's a lot of loopholes now that weren't in place back then. So it's just like I want to experience it, but I can do it like this. Just kind of like yeah, in that sense.
Okay, you see this comment on the stage right now on the screen?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
What it say?
basically says
Sounds
it
like
sounds like Lil
God
Side
knows it's coming
is coming
from.
from a loving place, but he just wants to be seen as his own man and controls his own destiny. And one more thing before I let your father speak his piece on that. Coming from a loving place is one of the best places where advice comes from, even if it's not the best advice. However, you're not listening to someone's advice is not it doesn't diminish your control over your destiny. It doesn't diminish your control over your life, because you said, like your father stated earlier, is that it doesn't matter if the information or the resources comes directly from him. He's created a village for you with all the people and the assets that you know anyway. So if you don't come to him, you still got the village. So if this information, like that preventative parenting that I was saying earlier, if it didn't come from your dad and it came from one of your resources, would you still decide that you need to go and take that leap and see first for yourself? So it doesn't matter where the advice may come from. That's what I want to know. Like, is it
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
don't matter?
yeah.
It's gonna still be dependent on how you feel about it, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna always depend on how I feel about it. Yeah, 'cause I can get it. I can
Okay.
get it from 10 other people in the village, and it's like everybody told me different
Yeah, other people.
stories. So it's just like, okay, you can say it's hard. He can say it's hard. You can say it's easy. You say it's me. So like everybody got it. I be hearing from when I ask is everybody got their own experiences and stories on this. So like I gotta see from my own story. You know what I'm saying? So that's just all it come from that. Yeah, just I gotta be like how I feel about it.
Okay. Big Side, come on in.
Um, first of all, yeah, me times five. So when it comes down to living the hard way, okay, chip off the old block. I could truly say that. You know what I mean? And the next thing I can say, even with him, is funny because most people may look at him and be like, "Man, what this dude mean? He gonna let a 1 year old put his finger in the socket?" Uh, I, yes, I have, well, for one, I father. But even when it got to a point with my other kids, because I had saw it first, I have been taught to raise my children with the same type of conversation we having now. And saw it knows from memory and life since he been 3, 4 years old. We've been talking like, and maybe that's a part of a good thing, or maybe it's a part of a bad thing. And I also probably have from being a 17-year-old father probably to have my son in some of them situations that people would have been like, you just let your child put his head, you know what I'm saying, in his socket. You know what I mean? Prime example, a high school skip day. What is my son? He was there, but it was a village around him while he there. We passing this child around and making sure he good. And yeah, it might not have been the right spot, but my children know in life, man, hey, I put it out there for you to see all the good and the bad. And it is for you to choose. You know what I mean? Because that ain't got no heaven and hell to put you in. So I want you to be prepared from 1 to 27 on how it's really gonna be. And it is being tough, but it is tough on you because once again, we're surrounded by all women. And the other part of it is, like he said, well, hey, he want to learn himself. This is the factor though. If you decide to say, hey, I'm gonna learn this on my own, do it this way, but it affects me without you seeing it, whether it's financial, spiritual, emotionally, because you are my son. So when you go the opposite way and it's like, okay, you may lean on the village. You may say, hey, I'm gonna go over here and lean on this person and do this situation. And you might say, okay, well, I'm going over here to them for this for a piece of help. But then you don't know they come back to me for the same help that you just came to them for. So now I'm giving you the help, but I told you. And one thing about it, and it's Sister Woods, no disrespect, but the women kind of put a block up for my son to do this. And as a father that be in his life, I tend to tell my mom, my sisters, my aunties, cause sort of loving, charming person. You know what I mean? And he is real respectable to a certain extent, but it's more or less like, hey, don't raise my son into something you wouldn't want to have in your house. Don't raise him into a man you wouldn't date. Don't let him get away with things from a man from that standpoint that, hey, if you wouldn't date a man that hey, got your car and bring it back with gas, you know what I'm saying? Or stay around the house and didn't pay bills. Would you accept this man for long? So don't allow my son to do none of this stuff. Let him go out here and become a man. If that's the route that he chose to take, because I respect his route. But sometime with that route he takes, and and he is a young man. You know what I mean? He know how to take care of himself. But when he leans on certain trees, he don't understand. Hey man, sometimes them trees leaning back on your pops too. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? You ain't saying but when these trees lean back on me. And you gotta think once again, we the only men. So it's a lot of strong-minded, great sisters around us. But it's a lot of stuff we have to do as being the only men.
Now you made some very key points there, Sai, and I do because men. I always say men need to be raised by men. I'm big on that. I said if I would have had a son and me and the dad broke up, my son would have been living with his father. That's where a son belongs. Now, there's a comment here, and every time I'm about to say something, a comment pops right up, bro, and it come right on time. Our kids need to understand that us as parents are still growing too, and we still trying to figure it out. Big thing, because that, and Lasar, you still there?
Yeah, I'm right.
Okay. Big deal. Big thing, because you said something very key in your earlier response. My son will have to learn. He may have to learn. Now, just because that resonates with you does not mean that that will resonate with your child. That's a different baby. Now, just like you're saying that you got to be the best you gonna be experience may be the best route for you, that may not be the same journey that your child has. Your child may need more direction. Your child may need more leadership. Your child may need more grounding. But this comment that says that we're still growing, your dad and your mom had you very young. You've been around a lot of adults. Your father made that very clear. You've seen, and that's why you got like that old soul mentality. You can come around the older girl. You can be with the millennials. You can be with the Gen Zers. You can be you in the middle. You like 27, you in the middle of a Gen Z and a millennial. But we're gonna throw away the word generation anyway, because that's a fake thing that they made. They created the word generation to create division between generations. So, but
Tish.
my point
Hi, Tish.
is, say it, side.
I just said hot fish. That's all. You was right about that. That little note. Keep going.
Okay, my bad, my bad, bro. But we're all still trying to figure it out. I'm 43 years old. In my life, I know my life. I know where my direction is. I know my goals. I succeed with them every day. I'm doing my thing. But that doesn't mean I'm the perfect 43-year-old. You're 27. You're gonna constantly, and as a new parent, you're definitely gonna walk into areas that you have no knowledge of. And that's the reason why parenthood changes you're being raised by a father can change how you are as a father. The difference here is your dad didn't have a dad raising him. You did. You got a little bit more leadership and you got a little more direction because you also had a grandfather that was in your life. Mr. Billy was fully there. So you got two of those
And and,
areas.
and I gotta throw in this Uncle Jeremy too. My Gina's husband. Man, he's been a rock and solid life as well as far as an uncle. So I got hey, he's the other man in our family as well. You know what I mean? And I brought that up because me and him is like it's ice and fire. Meaning he's so laid back and smooth, and I'm so hyped, and so I can see two different type of men and the way two different type of men handle things.
So even more
So I,
guidance.
I can't X him out with Mr. Billy. Right.
Okay. So with that being said, now side, I'm because I'm back to you now. This comment that Naughty Black Bowtie Genius said on here was our kids need to understand that us as parents are still growing too. He was a young parent. Your dad was a young parent. You're gonna be rather older than we were when we had our children. So with you having a little bit more preparation because you got some more time in between when you are having your child, you stated earlier that if there was a disconnect between you and your dad. You said that the reason why you don't take on a lot of his advice is because he comes and he responds in disrespectful manners. Can you give me an example of that so your father can respond to that?
Oh yeah, yeah. So okay, I'll give it something about music, right? I remember one day we was talking, right? I rap, I got it from him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that. So, he was saying, hey, you go about this way, you bring a group and you are surrounded by girls side, bring all y'all come in with your sisters and have shirts. I said, Pops, I get what you saying, but I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? When he responded, he like, well, shoot, that's how Bobby made up. Bobby did, he came in with a clip. I said, I understand what you saying, Pops, but I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't roll with too many. I'm just, when I'm coming, I want to come with lyrics and just straight, hey, this kid no play like it or hate it. You know what I'm saying? So, when it came to that, it was all over. That's when he got into the macho mode of, oh fuck, man. That one, he ain't never gonna do shit, never gonna be shit. Well, I'm like, well, shit. It seems like you and me in the same boat, cause T-Pain, all them nigga I know that made out the city. You feel? So it's just like that example alone just be like, okay, for the reasons, like, well dang, even though you're passionate on music, I am, let me go about it the way I want to go, because it is new stuff out here that you're not in the knowledge of. So it's like, you got to let me allocate where, how, who I go to, how I go by, you know what I'm saying? Because just like he said earlier, I know a lot of people that he don't know. He don't know. I text rappers daily. I text YNJs and G Herbo text me 2023. Like, I text these people. All these people tell me, hey, I want to work with you. You just gotta have some money. That's what they telling me. So it's like, hey, I can be that next step that you're saying, Pops, and I could do that, but it takes the money. So that's something I don't have at the have all that money at one time. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one example when it comes to, like, the disconnect,
So you
disrespect that
so
that
you
that
feel like
comes with
his
it.
delivery ain't good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
delivery, and you know what? Hey, and as a mama, baby, I could be honest with you because my kids done told me the same thing. It ain't what you said, it's how you said it. You pushed me away with your word. It ain't your word play, it's the way you came at me. And I can't expect them to take my delivery well if it ain't a good delivery. Now, big side. Um, and when you respond to this, I want you to take you out of this, and I want you to hear what he just said. Your delivery is what made him feel like he was being disrespected. How do you feel about that? How do you feel like, do you feel like your delivery has been
Um,
thrown off a little bit? How do you feel about that?
I feel like when I don't stand the player, if I don't stand the player mode, then yeah, I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Wifey say that. My daughters say that. A lot of people I deal with say that. They'll tell me, man, act boy, you did right, but boy, you said with a knife. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I've been told that, and I can say with growth, I mean, it depends on the situation. To where I can say, I I can I'm gonna handle it like this. I'm gonna handle it like that. Um, as far as what Saad was saying, um, Naughty Black made a comment earlier. He a well vet to know, man. I came up under Mr. Shaheed, which is T-Pain's daddy. If you got in the studio and you put together something that wasn't of quality, he gonna hurt your self-esteem. He gonna tell you before the public tell you. The next thing is just like we saying, well, hey, if your dad is known as something and he's known to whether it's perfect something or do it, and you coming out and it's not looking towards top of the class, that's a reflection on your pops. And the next thing is, son, you right. I didn't make it in music, but I started not club, but everybody know your daddy been a cannabis man since you were 17. Now that your daddy made it in, Double Up Smoke Shop, Tampa, Florida, 34, 31, 22nd Street. You know what I mean? So your daddy kind of made it there. And on top of that, that's what I be talking about. See, son, why would I push my son into a risky game when I got land that I'm ready to turn over to my son so he can have for my grandson where he can put him a couple trailers up, you know what I'm saying, and start renting my Airbnb and doing whatever he want to do to get home money. It sounds like to me that the truth that came out, the only son ever argue is about music. We have no other problems with nothing else. And it got to the point to where I said, hey, son, let's just stop talking about music. Dad stopped talking about music. But son, hey, Dad, what you think about this? What you think
No,
about
I
this?
did not. He lying. He know I did not.
You
He's a
was
lie. That's a lie. No, that's a
well,
lie.
hold
That's a
on.
lie.
Yeah, oh, well, so, okay. First of
That's a
all,
lie.
son, we're gonna talk about respect. See, this is okay. That's
Right, but
fine if that's how
I
you
ain't gonna
feel.
let you
But
lie
Woo,
on
this is
me.
what I mean. This is what I mean. Okay, right. That's fine. But this is the truth, Woo. He say he's a respectable child, but for you to get on Facebook and cuss your father out, call him fuck niggas, pussy niggas, cuss your mama, cuss your stepmother out, who has been helping
I
raise
wasn't
you
talking
since you
about
was
her.
3 years
That's the
old.
thing. That's the thing
Oh,
you want to
let me
get into.
finish. Let me
I wasn't
finish.
talking about her,
Can I
bro.
Wait,
finish?
wait,
I
wait,
was
wait,
not
y'all.
talking about her.
You're being disrespectful. Can I finish?
Wait.
Whatever
Can I
you
finish?
got to say, but I was not talking about her. I'm not gonna let
Let's
you sit up here and lie
Can
on
I
me.
finish?
That's a lie.
gentlemen,
Can I
gentlemen.
finish? Can I finish?
Wait. Before
Can I?
you finish, and
Yes.
before you
Mm,
inside, before you jump in,
mm.
wait. Because I wanted this before we get into anything about that's going to upset us. The foundation has to be
I
clear.
know. I know. Sir.
Don't I not
Right.
that's
Right.
okay. So the foundation has to be clear. And the reason and the root thing was being the key command for that conversation was knowing how to approach the conversation. Um and your son stated that he felt like your approach wasn't respectful. Now, the comment on the stage, real quick, says, one thing I had to learn the hard way, a message can come from anyone at any time and expressed in different ways. I had to push my feelings to the side and get the message. It's a hard thing to do, but a great thing to practice. Now, that's very solid information, but it's not going to always be easy to accept information, but especially when it's from someone who we're already having issues with. 100%. So the disrespect ain't just about what's being said, it's how it's being said. So even if you saying that you're upset or that post was disrespectful, cool. It's no doubt about that being how you feel. However,
Excuse me, Miss Shelby World. Excuse me,
yes,
ma'am. Have you ever called your mother a liar
no
to her
side.
face?
But
Oh,
wait, but hold
okay.
on,
Thank you, ma'am.
hold on. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. If we want to have a respectful conversation, it has to be a give and take. He expressed that the delivery was off. You admitted that your delivery can be off. You've said your daughter said, your wife said, your friend said. So that would mean that your delivery is off. Side. That's the accountability for you,
Mm-hmm.
is knowing that. Because in order for him to be able to want to continue to
I
have
can
any
accept
type
that.
of, and I do know, because I remember when we had this conversation, you was like, we're not going to talk about, I'm going to keep music out of me inside a relationship, because that's where we bicker. That's where the things get heated. And it's and that seems to, and that's happening right now. When that just happened, I immediately thought like,
When the music came up,
oh yeah, of course. But
oh,
then
music came up. You know.
also it went to another level of disrespect. So we don't want, we got to stay focused on fixing one thing before we can jump across the board to other things. Delivery is going to be better once we think about what we're saying before we say it too. Not speaking out of emotion. And that takes away the anger, that takes away the sadness, the happiness. Just speaking in general about what's actually being said is going to clear up a lot of confusion. Because when you start to input, it ain't work like that for me, or this ain't how it should be, or you should follow this. We got to do it as when we're talking to our kids, especially when you know that you're dealing with a child that has some of the tendencies that you have when you're one of your, and he ain't even a child, but he's your child. But when you see him going through and telling you that this is what I want to talk about with you, immediately, even if you know, because we can say that conversation is off the table to our young children, to our young adults, but that doesn't mean that they feel like the conversation off the table. So even if they come back to us with that conversation, where do we have to be in a good headspace to make sure that we don't put our emotions into it? Because regardless of what they don't want to talk about, they always come back and talk about it. So we, as the more sound people in the relationship, we have to always remember, step to the side. And if that ain't the conversation for you at that moment, son, not right now. I got to go think about it. I'm not in a good headspace for it. I can't talk about it right now. But not responding with emotion is going to keep a lot of problems down when you take that emotion out. And Kels made that very clear in his statement just then. We got to put our feelings to the side when we hear anything. If it's from our son, from our daughter, from our co-worker, from our father, anybody who we're hearing this information from, we got to take our feelings out of it. Because if we don't, what's going to continue to happen is you're going to keep running into roadblocks. You're going to keep running into roadblocks. Now, we're not even going to address the Facebook post. We're not even going to address the Facebook post. What we will, because that's something that has to be.
I feel like we should.
That has to, because y'all, that's something that had that's something that.
But that's the beginning. That's the beginning of the problem, though.
But it's a response to his emotions. So if he's already put that out in emotion, we know that that's his, it can't be taken back. It can't be fixed with that. That post can't be. He can't go put up another post that's gonna change that post. What can happen,
right?
Is
but what I'm saying is we got to have accountability.
Yes, of course. That's cool, and that's cool. So we're gonna get to the
as far as sisters, mothers. Okay.
And that's real, and that's cool, because we're going to get to that. Because in order for you all to even have a better relationship, or any relationship at all, accountability has to be taken first and foremost. That's why when I just said that he has an issue with how you approach him in your conversation, you stood right on it and said, I can accept that. And I'm glad to hear that, because that means that means as a practice, big side, especially if my daughter is my wife, my friends, it ain't just came from little side. This is something that's been, and you working on it, and you doing your job to try to get better at it. But it doesn't change that it already happened with him, and this is how he feels. So I asked him to expound give me an example of that, and he did just that. Now, and your response to that was simply the same thing that I see that because he 5 times me. So you would understand that, because I know the side I know growing up ain't take shit from nobody. Hothead, extreme.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's funny, but I mean, I told his older sister this about 7, 8 years ago. Hey man, me and your brother go get into it. Y'all don't pay us no mind. He just becoming a man. He'll be all right. And that was another reason I bring it up the post, because it affects them. So it's like, hey, this is something that I kind of expected, but I think his way about doing it, you know what I'm saying, ain't the way to go about doing it. If you want to show me up, you a man and this is what it is, now I totally respect it and understand it. But you got to stand on the square a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because you want an entitlement, but you ain't standing on that square. And when I'm showing the entitlement to that square, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you, hey son, if you do this right here, man, a man will kill you, man. A man will they will kill you dead, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm wrong for telling you that. No, man, I'm preparing you for what really could happen out here, for what really can go on. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times that, hey, you in a position to where you feel like, hey man, somebody's stepping down on you. Well, no, man, the ones ain't saying nothing to you, man. That's the problem. I should be the one that be able to say, "Hey, man, you ought to tighten up on your square." What's up?
And
And if
that's
you
true.
saying it's the way that, and if you saying it's the way that you saying it in patience, man, no disrespect, man. But young man, you 27 years old. Shelby thought you was 20. We're not talking about 17, 16, 18, 19. We're talking about finna be a father yourself. So yeah, man, I gotta start looking and putting some different pressure down,
No,
cause
you
obviously some
don't.
of
No,
the
you
steps,
No,
don't.
not
No,
you
you
know what I
pressure,
don't.
mean?
not
They've
pressure
made
though, side.
okay,
Not
but
pressure.
okay, that's not the word. But this is what I can say. Hey man, I got to extend it some type of way, because when you lack the realize, man, your resources, man, are kind of dependent somewhere else too. And then when you run out of those resources, it's gonna be an empty place. I'm just trying to keep you from that. If you feel like that's where it should be, then okay, understood. You know what I'm saying? But me, right now, I can't go back to mama house never again. So I got to be a man and have make sure that I have a spot for your child to come, my other children, my other future grandchildren. You know what I mean? Because like you say, spiritually, I was taught that, hey, I'm supposed to put it together for my grand. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm trying to do. Which means when I get up out of here, it's all yours anyway. You can do what you want to do with it. But you can't mess it over, and you got to earn it. And from this conversation, I just keep hearing, I don't want to hear it from my dad. I want to learn it this way. And the only thing we really get hot with each other about is music. And because disrespected because I got it, but I ain't got the money. Well, get the money. Then we won't have to argue. That's what it
Nah, worry
seems
about
like to me, because
yourself. We
that's the
won't gotta
only thing I
argue.
see the
No,
argument about.
Side Junior, that's not what a father gonna do, sweetie. He's not gonna just worry about himself. And if that was the case, anything that you go to your father for, if that's how you feel, and that's the response he gives you, that wouldn't be set. That wouldn't sit well with you,
Sure.
because a father is supposed to be there for his children. So if you go to your daddy and say you got a goal in mind, you want to do something, and you go to your daddy and he help you get to that goal in mind, or help, that's his job to help you to provide those resources. Is it? And I don't want you to ever think in no life, form, or fashion that it's ever okay to accept any type of disrespect, because it's not. Whether whoever it's from, is no disrespect. But I will, and not a but to say anything as far as but accept nothing. No, because it's not a but for that. However, I will say that even with us thinking that everything is a disrespect thing, sometimes, because like said earlier, we still learning. So at times, because of the care and the concern and the love we got for our children, our emotions do get involved in some of our responses. You do get heated up, but that's something that we have to work on as people. And when you know who you're dealing with, this is another thing. When you know, it's not like when you going and you talking about certain things to somebody that it's a man on the street that you're talking to. So his response can be all over the place. And you know that his response may not be coming from a good place. But a person who you know that loves you and they're giving you some type of guidance and direction, you should never think that comes from a negative space. You understand that, Lasan?
That's the question.
I
Who is
can't
that?
say I do. I think I'm my daddy talk. I can't say
Yes,
I
sir.
do feel like it like don't come from that place, because like just like again, okay, I'm gonna say first and foremost, at a certain age, I stopped coming to him for stuff because I feel like it don't come from a good place. That's my personal opinion, how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I say for two, I honest to God, on God, I stop bringing up music. I tell my dad, let's talk about sports. Let's talk about um who gonna win the World Series. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a real sports head. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about something else. Bump the music. You know what I'm saying? But again, with him, music always comes up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why even boom, I'm understanding
So
the response that I'm gonna get. I just I pay it with distance. I say, well, let me just stay away from that. So that's why a lot of stuff I don't come. But yeah, growing up, I learned a lot of stuff. But at a certain age, when I got maybe like on the 23s or 4s, I said, bump that. Everything I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna just have to do it on my own, whether it costs me jail or hell. At least I can say, well, dang, I died trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I can always feel better about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
That boy
like
definitely my son though, boy.
it's like yeah, it's like yes, we're gonna laugh and agree on how we think, but my thing is, hey, as a 27-year-old, just leave it alone. Like you have younger kids to raise. Little side don't come for you for nothing, bro. Even if I'm dead, broke, ain't got
Right. But
$20
when
from the
Saul be
gas
staying
tank.
in my house, like,
Okay, and okay, that's your
you
mama
know,
allow me too. I
you
don't
know what
stay
I'm
with
saying?
you.
When
I
Saul
don't stay with
now, so
you.
we
So
got
it's like,
we
why do
got
you
to think
worry
like that.
about it?
You know what I'm
My
saying?
granny, my granny love me
When
because I
Saul
help
living with
her.
other family,
Wait, we can't
okay,
hear. We
you
cannot.
right.
We can't hear both of y'all one at a time.
Right.
And
So
big
so
side, wait,
so
big side. Hold on 1 second. Let's finish hearing him out. Let's hear him out.
that's my thing, right? My granny allowed me to stay there, right? Because, hey, I'm going to try to do something. Come on, do my own thing. My granny always tell me, even before I started driving trucks, right? I know you're going to be some grandson. I ain't worried about it. She ain't the one hard on me. You feel what I'm saying? And not saying you can't be. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm saying, my granny just sit up there and my other Vivian tell me the same thing. I know you're going to be some grandson. I'm praying on you, but I know you're going to do, you get out here every day. They see it. You in Temple, you don't see it. But, hey, they tell me every day. I know you're gonna be some. My granny told me that when I started driving truck 2023. I know even when I messed up in Job Corps, I got sent back. And I kept going at it. My granny told me, "You gonna be some. I know you gonna be some. I ain't worried about you. So why are you worried about it? Being that you have younger kids, you feel what I'm saying, fam? Worry about them. I'm
A
okay.
father, a parent never stop worrying. Lasad. A parent
Uh,
will never stop
but
worrying.
Shelby, can
Now
I
what?
say something
Now what?
that's funny?
You can
To
speak. Go ahead
stop
and speak.
worrying, but I heard y'all. I know y'all heard this. Oh, I'm sorry. I know y'all heard him just say school. So let me speak on trucks that he drive trucks.
Wait.
Let me speak on that
You
for a minute
breaking
because
up.
somebody need them.
You breaking up. You breaking up.
I say
I
I would
want to
like to
hear.
speak. I say I would like to speak on that.
Go ahead.
I want to speak on that when he say he drive trucks, correct?
He
You know what I
said when
mean?
he
I
was
want to
in
speak on
trucking
that.
school. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, now right. Mind you, saw I had to come to Tampa to come to trucking school. True enough, he didn't have to stay with me every day, but you was down there. Your daddy had to get you there. Had to. Now this is the catch from me saying that. Before Saw came down to trucking school, Saw say, "Dad, can you get an apartment in my name? Can I use your credit?" Big sacrifice for dad who you don't need. I did that. Before he could move in, oh dad, I want to go to trucking school now. Man, I just told you 2 years ago, if you go to trucking school for if you go to trucking for 2 years, you will have enough money to boost any rap career you want to do, rent out any club or do whatever you want to do. You ain't got no kids, you could be on the road for 2 years straight. Now you needed your daddy for all them steps. Once you start getting a little money trucking, oh, you don't give me no money, this, and this. Like you said, spiritually, that got snatched from you. You got snatched off that road. You see what I'm
I ain't get
saying?
snatched on no
And
road.
now you in this situation now that's saying, okay, let me finish now. We can't interrupt each other, son. That's the respect thing you was talking about. So now that you ain't driving trucks and you back home and you having money issues behind putting money behind what you want to, that's right, what you want to do. Guess what? You're jumping from my mama house, my sister house, my cousin house, laying on the couch doing this, and you finna have a baby that's gonna need you. That's gonna need you. And guess what? I ain't do that at 17. I stopped playing football. I could have easily got a scholarship. I stopped playing ball, and guess what? Took my butt to work. Cause it was some men around. Uncle Blue Boy, Howard, even Billy to say, yeah, looking at me like, oh man, you got me messed up if I ain't gonna be here for mine. And me and him had respectable days with each other to say, hey, yeah, boy, you stayed around, boy. I ain't think you would, but boy, you something else. So hold on, man. Before you talking about you don't need me and all that, man, the people that you depending on is my village. If you feel like that, go get a whole nother village then and don't lead on it. Then it'll be a whole lot harder. Then it'll be
I
a
couldn't
whole
control
lot
what my
more
daddy
difficult.
was.
Excuse me, sir, you're interrupting me again because you feel like and it's the thing that happens, Shelby. I am getting a little bit more passionate now. But on the same token, the disrespect comes when you want to stop me now when you got your point out because you hearing some things you don't want to hear because you're 27 years old and you ain't rough or trade with everybody else. You jumping from couch to house, from girl, and doing this, and
And I'm
everybody know
still
how
alright.
the Jody life
And I'ma
go.
still
Cause
be
I didn't
somebody.
see what I'm saying. You're interrupting again, sir. Everybody know how
You
the
point that
Jody
out like
life
that
go, cause your
means something.
daddy done lived
You
it.
stay with your
I have lived it.
girlfriend auntie,
So
nigga, in
okay,
Tampa.
you
So how good you doing, nigga?
see,
What the
you
fuck?
still talking
You
and being
tripping, homie.
Don't wait.
disrespectful. You
Let's
being
keep it respectful,
disrespectful.
Sar.
Nigga.
Let's keep it respectful, okay?
You
Saying
being
he's
and
saying
Him,
that
this
like
is the thing
he
I'm
had to have
talking
a
about,
reset
Shelby.
when she kicked his
listen.
ass
You're
out. Like,
being
come on
Both
now.
of y'all,
Let's be
listen.
for real, bro.
Listen. Everybody, listen. Everybody goes through the growing pains. Okay, we gotta
Right.
go through them to get through them. So I don't when you throwing out the growing pains, make sure when you throwing it out, it's a reason, not just to say it to make a person get hot
feel
about
bad.
it. Not in that capacity.
And let's make sure it's like you say, make sure it's the truth if you're gonna give it.
Right. So the truth is, she kicked your ass out. You came back to Granny house, nigga, when you was 30 what? So let's talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I stay with my granny, I stay with my grandma, I stay with your
Right.
cousin Shaka, I stay
Right.
with my auntie Keela. But guess what? I'm gonna be alright. You feel what I'm saying? With my baby. We gonna be alright. I don't care if I stay in this car. We gonna be alright. You hear me? You feel what I'm saying? So all that what you holler about is irrelevant because you had to stay with your people. You had a reset in temper, nigga. So you saying that and it's like for what? You feel what I'm saying? Like you're saying that to you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, you're a village. I couldn't control my daddy was. You had me. You could have gave me away, killed me, but you didn't. So deal with it.
The
Yes,
bill
my
and the
granddad loved
bill
me. She said I can
and
stay
yeah, and
and however long I want to. That's what Terry told me. Sorry, so Sorry ain't got nothing to say about it. It was Terry house and she paid the bills. That what Terry told me. That what Horace told me.
so
You feel what I'm
okay.
saying?
Let's wind it back.
That what
Guys.
Shaka told me. That what Keela told me.
27 years old.
Yup,
27.
hell
Okay,
yeah, you fought it, nigga. You been staying with your
side,
baby mama auntie.
Told me to
You
be
got 3
careful.
this
kids, nigga.
side.
And you
Don't
fuck when you
don't
don't
Five
fuck
allow.
of
with
them.
your ass,
Five.
nigga.
Five.
Yeah, I don't fuck with you.
I
Don't
got
count me,
5
nigga. I'm gonna
Don't
change my
kids,
allow
name,
and,
nigga.
and,
him
and
though.
I'm
two
a
of them,
farmer. I ain't no
and
app by
two of them,
fuck
and
you.
2 of them were
Fuck
born
wrong
in the
with you,
same
nigga.
year.
Side.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Nah, this
Side.
real shit,
Right.
Shelby. I ain't
You
trying
see
to be
what
like
I'm?
that. But they what
Wait.
going on,
Hold
Shelby.
on. Hold on. Let me mute Big Side real
Hey.
quick. Okay. I'm gonna mute him. Hold on. Listen, we not gonna be disrespect. We not
Man,
gonna be
shit. But it's
disrespect.
like that's what he
No.
do, and
Side.
that just turns me. I'm
The
sorry to be
side.
like that, but it's like it's so much damage done, shit. But I'm glad we having this. I'm not trying to be like that, but I'm so
Side.
riled up at the point.
Don't get round up, baby. Just breathe for a second before you even respond. Just breathe, honey. Don't even
I
get
got you.
yourself riled up. Okay, that's not what we here for. We're not here for that. Nobody, even all these people that's listening, they here for support. They're not
Yeah,
here. They're not
I
here because
appreciate
they
him.
want to hear. They don't want to hear y'all go at it. That's not what we.
Right.
That's not what we here for. We're not, and we're not gonna sit on this line and disrespect each other. That's not
Right.
happening.
I got
That's
you.
not happening. That's not happening. Okay, because we bigger and we better than that. Number one, we bigger and better. So we're gonna start off with keeping it respectful. Now, key point with this comment that Vincent just made was a namesake is just that. You can't change that. Who you came from cannot be changed. But since your
Right.
father created a village, it's now your village. Point blank, period. I don't care where it falls, how it go, who you need, that's your village. So him saying that was completely out of emotion. He didn't say that to say like he ain't telling you can't use his village. Nobody can tell you that.
Oh,
Nobody.
he be telling me though. That's the
But
thing.
I'm
He
telling
done
you,
told me out
nobody
his
can
own
tell you
mouth.
that.
Don't
Because
use
I
my
can
people,
tell
nigga.
you,
Use your people.
I can tell you right now that the village don't feel like that. The village will never say Lil Side ain't welcome. The village will never say Lil Side can't reach out. The village will never say that. And out of anger, you guys are just saying things to get under each other's skin right now. That ain't happening. We didn't come for that. We came to talk. We came to listen. Breathe. When you feel like something is about to be said, when you feel like you're about to spill out something that you shouldn't be saying, breathe. Take a moment. And even if I haven't muted you, mute yourself because I'm keep coming back to this because you're about to become a father, baby. Mm-hmm. Your reactions are going to either make or break you in fatherhood.
Right. You're right.
So how you responding right now has to change. We don't want to see your daughter or your son come into this world seeing you're a broken man. You got to start healing now. And now what he said was a very key point. He said when he was 17 years old, he had to get a job to make sure. Certain parents don't put children as a priority side. And a 17-year-old father who decided, when him and your mama decided to have a baby, they decided to keep the baby. They decided they needed to do what's right for the baby. That means that he had to go and start. He's not a boy no more. He got to be a man. And he did and I get what you're saying about the delivery, because he said everything that needed to be said, it just wasn't delivered right. You're going to have to step up as a man. You're going to have to do those things that you need to be an active and good father. That's your job. It's not about what, and just because he said it ugly, don't mean it didn't come from a place of care. I promise you that. Okay?
I got you.
Please just and this ain't gonna end today. I'm willing to, every single time that you need to talk to somebody, when you feel like that you're about to say something to step off the deep end real well, you call me immediately. If you need somebody to talk you down before you say the thing that you don't need to say, pick up the phone and call me. I step outside immediately. But this is not how you can walk into your new role.
I got you.
It's not healthy, and it's not going to be fair for that new child.
Yeah. I can say right, Shelby. Well, I just want to say.
Go ahead.
My father's the only person I get like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
that's because y'all so much alike, side.
Yeah, so it's like, even when it come to my child, I ain't trying to make me nothing I seen or heard. Everything I want to do is straight off of, well, I'm gonna do this different. Let me do this better. Let me do. You feel what I'm saying? Like it'll never be a thing of, oh, you like soccer? I don't like soccer, son, but go for it. I want you to be great. Oh, I ain't trying to convince you to play football. What are you bigger than? Nah, youngin, you want to play soccer? Go do that, youngin. I ain't trying to sway you no other way. Do what you know. And I know at a certain age they don't got no mind. They don't know to think for themselves. But I just want to be a trainer, a practice of, what I'm saying, go for what you would like. You know what I'm saying? It's never a thing of, what I'm saying, I'm trying to tell you this or tell you that. Hey, man, go for it, man. You like coloring, go for it. You want to do content, go for it. You want to be a game content creator, go for it. I don't care, man. Hang out. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you before I bring your father back on, because I'm sorry. I know you still there. I see you back there. I wanted this to be for me and him right now. I have a quick question for you. Tell me, are there interests that you have that are outside of the interests that your father had? What do you like to do that your daddy wasn't already doing before you got big enough to do it yourself? Are there any things that you do that he don't do?
Well, I would say, he like the video game too. I say, I like to just be, I don't know, I'm like a mellow type vibe. I don't know nothing top of my head. I won't say, like, I don't know, like a big one. I just say, I like learning new skills and maybe like, how can I say, learning new ways to advance yourself. You know what I'm saying? I maybe don't feel like, that's what he likes, but I like just find new ways to advance yourself, whether it's financially, physically, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I need to go to church mode? Do I need to get the Bible app? Do I need to understand these Bible stories mode? Okay, bet. Do I need to work out mode? Do the okay, bet. Do I need to meditate? You know what I'm saying? Like, just different ways to advance yourself. Cause that make it turn out a bigger, greater purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Above like just spiritual. Like, you know what I'm saying? It can really take a toll on a new life. You know what I'm saying? So I'd probably say stuff like that, like, advance on myself daily, like just
That's good.
in different ways. Yeah.
Okay. So hearing that now, and the reason why I asked you that is because a lot of sons, a lot of daughters, they tend to kind of things that they seen their parents do, becomes their niche. reach. It kind of start to becoming something that they feel like they can do, that can be theirs. And so that question was more so along the line of making sure that you have your own lanes outside of your father lanes, making sure you can have your own journeys outside of your father journeys. And they're going to be different anyway. I don't want you to ever think just because you're doing the things your father do is that his direction for you is just for because you're doing what he's doing. It's because he's tried to walk those lanes himself and certain things didn't work for him. So he's trying to guide as well. So hearing that you do have other interests outside of the interests that y'all have in common it speaks volumes. So it means that your journey, your avenue isn't limited. So I wanted to just check with that too, because there are going to be a lot of things that you have to do differently. Comment, nephew, when your child gets here and becomes older, you will also give them guidance the way your dad is trying to give you. Subconsciously, you will remember those talks, and you will. Trust and believe, you will. Now I'm gonna unmute your daddy so I can get some more response time from him, because I have a question for him in regard to what we just asked. Side. Bit side.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So
I mean, I don't know what you call good, but I mean, it's what it is.
now I just want you to I'm back to you, because now just hearing everything that Lil Side said, and my question for you is, do you think, because you got raising him, and like you said, he came to places that you had him at. He was places where you were a lot. So a lot of his grooming came from a lot of that. A lot of his choices and what he want to do with his life came from what he saw and from who he was around, and the different things in that nature. Do you feel that if your child did not follow come into a lot of those footsteps that you kind of laid out for him, do you feel like y'all would have as much clashing?
I feel like it'll be worse because Shelby, I had around people like Naughty Black and the Nappy Head, people like Shelby. You know what I'm saying? People like Mataki Akbar, people like Kevin Sargent, people like Devin Rich Press. I ain't had my son around gang. I don't play gangsters. I don't play games. You know how I feel about them. I've always told my son, hey man, it's cool to have one woman. Now you know your uncle them told me to do this, and that. You know what I'm saying? And to speak on what he spoke on, yeah, you right, son. You right. Your daddy did get put out of left, and guess why? Cause Yana and Desmond the same age. Yana and Desmond the same age. And your daddy chose to say, hey, Desmond, your brother, my children, before I did. But see, God worked that out. See, God still worked that out too. See, daddy gangster, man. I ain't scared to throw nothing out here. That's why I got on here with Woo. Cause I know it'll do a lot of help to a lot of people. That's what I mean by I'm a gangster. I'm one of them old put that black fist up type of guys. I don't mind putting it out to the community. You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't nobody got no heaven or hell to put me in. You know what I mean? And you can't make Akbar feel bad about nothing because I'm a king. But on the same token, it's like, hey, it's to the point of, once again, we talking about disrespect. And we keep saying we not going to a post. But my son asked me something from a post. Leave him alone. I left him be. It was a big fuss about it. You come back months later with a whole nother post with more. You know why? Because I'm ignoring you. I ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we speaking of disrespect. That was the most disrespectfulest thing ever. And it hurt your sisters to their dear hearts. Hurt your stepmama to a dear heart. Hurt mama to a dear heart. And to be honest, son, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like my dad. My dad a boxer. I'm more like Uncle Blue, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let that be said. I'm more like my Uncle Blue. I ain't like my daddy a boxer. He the fighter. I ain't no fighter, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm not on that. I ain't on that with you. But I just feel like the way I've been violated and disrespected from the code I taught you not to be a part of, Man, you just totally broke it, man. And ain't nan man in Tallahassee from jail to prison, back like you say, back to hell. You know what I'm saying? Should be able to talk to me like that, man. So nah, Shelby, I ain't all right, but I ain't gonna be a butthole. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to disrespect, hey man, you've been the one that's been a little bit Yeah, I might have raised my voice, but you've been the one that's been a little disrespectful. You've been the one that didn't call people out their names, and people all over the internet told you were wrong. I didn't do that. I ignored you, man. Man, I let you be, man. I let it be, man. You kept going back and forth to everybody seeking the attention. When everybody could bring it to me, calling my phone, hey man, let it be, leave it alone. Hey man, let him do what he do. You know what I'm saying? You kept the threats of, oh, it got to get physical. Man, I ignored you, man. The way you talking to me, people can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? The way you doing that, man, it make me want to just turn this phone off and then and come see you. And you wrong because you talk to your cousin twin like that. And you know where his brother at. You know what he bought. You talk to Sambo like that. These blood cousins. These people who like your elder, who love you like that, and you talk to them like that. Like it's really like that over here? Man, it ain't like that over here. I am a God-fearing man. I am a respectable man. But I think Miss Shelby would have told you, man, since 17, man, old, young, no one has been able to disrespect me like that, bro. And that puts me in another place, man. And that's the part of it everybody got to see. When you get to that level, bro, about something that you want to do, that you come, if you had it all together, you right. I wouldn't have to say nothing to you. But when you don't, I got to.
Okay.
Cause
Now,
it's trees you leaning on, but branches getting knocked off these trees you leaning on. Branches dying off these trees you leaning on. So we gotta be rooted some type of way. We can't be out here playing and half doing something and not being consistent. Man, you know what your problems is. That's why you can say my daddy telling me right, but then you handle me like that because you feel like that's the image, and you know that ain't what it is, bro. And I shouldn't have to step down to you like it's yes, sir, no, sir. But guess what, man? There's some people I still say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't cuss in front of her. I don't smoke my weed in front of her. It's just some people I do that because guess what? I respect them like that. And man, it's been to a point where you know, man, your mama rarely speak, and she didn't call me about you. Hey, man, what you mean? You and your mom, you ain't talking to your mama, man. Hey, hold on, man. This can't happen. But you think I'm gonna let it ride? Was you talking to your sister's mama like that? And I done taught you the same thing. You know, if somebody disrespect this family, what you said, jail, hell, or whatever, and I supposed to let that go? Then I put myself out to put my business out on show because I know she care like that at a time like this. But I'm the disrespectful one. I'm the one that's wrong. But this the catch that I really want to break up. Why is it that mama, grandmama, auntie, and I go through this with my sister-in-law, they can say, get your ass in that goddamn room for I got that. Y'all will be in there laughing. You ain't paying no mind. Soon as daddy said everybody crying, but I'm the villain, I'm the bad guy. I'd have done anything to hear Peter yell at me, man. I'd have done anything to hear my daddy yell at me, man. I ain't had that. But when a woman does, it's fine and everybody laughs and it's cool. From auntie, mama, it's cool. But as soon as daddy do it, now everybody feels hurt and dad the animal. I feel like that on my end. And that goes from my in-laws to my immediate family, to my godchildren. It's so many women around that as soon as Sard say, hey, it's some authority. Oh, he acting like the old Sard. He acting crazy. No, this the man. Y'all ain't seen a man. This is a man. Respect that it's a man. Y'all ain't seen it because there's so many women around and there's so many of them that ran from that responsibility. But I catch all the heat for the one that stayed around, that do and keep doing it and don't even worry about it, just keep ticking. We ain't gonna talk about the stuff that's been took from dad, the stuff that daddy done lost. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't speak on it. I know they make me stronger. And God bless me with double up. Because I'm never gonna stop for my family in this double up fam. I'm never gonna stop. So I feel like that, guess what? All that supposed to be on me. And I'm strong enough to share this, woo. See, Akbar, he just like me, but see, I'm a little bit more crazy. You know what? Speaking spirituality. See, I always told God, man, all the burdens that my family members cannot handle, put them on my shoulders because I can tote them. See, they say be careful what you ask God for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I asked them for, because I'm that type of G. You know what I mean? And I want that type of pressure. That's the type of that stand up to that type of pressure. Get gangster with that type of pressure. I bought mama the land together when I ain't build a house before she got up out of here. Take a soldier to get mama out the hood, to go build mama the house. That's what I be on with them. That's when it be a problem when daddy turn to this right here. Hot fish.
All right. Now, y'all about to make my eyes water up in here. Listen, okay. Now, you take your moment to take your breath and you breathe a little bit side. Oh, so much. That was so much was shared just then. All right. So reconnecting. Let me get us back on track with this healing thing. Side, little side, you still there?
Yeah, Mario. I just put myself on mute. Yeah, I'm Mario.
Okay. All right. So reconnecting in a broken father-son relationship requires opening safe, low-pressure dialogues, which is kind of what we're doing today. And that focus on listening. A lot of today's dialect is about listening. Your father he just spoke on some big stuff when he just said, because I mean some really big stuff. And as a woman, knowing that how that effect is, it definitely, because hearing that women can do this and women can say this and women can do this, but as soon as a man says it, it gets turned into like he's not giving his delivery right, or he not doing this. And because a lot of us do come from emotional standpoints when we're talking to our children. And that comes from concern, and it comes from love, and it comes from a good place. Every single time that a parent is giving knowledge and advice to save you is coming from a good place. Kel said earlier that it doesn't matter who that advice comes from. Taking your feelings out of it, first and foremost, is going to be what saves you. Key point Side made was being raised by a bunch of women, being around a lot of women tends to make you feel like when a man speaks, it's irrational, it's too much, it's too strong, it's too overbearing. But y'all can be called, and this is in all honesty, mothers do some of the worst damage when they talk to their children out of emotion and frustration. I done heard some mamas call their boys bitches, F niggas, all kind of shit that you can't even pull back from. Things a father would never say to their son. So those are some of the same things that we don't expect children to say to their fathers. Do you understand where he's coming from when he says that message that you put out? To me, the message was a cry for help. It was a cry out with emotional distress. That's what I saw in the message. But to me, that's just my opinion. Me asking you this, do you understand that when you say certain things and it hits it hits other family members, that causes damage? Are you aware of that causing damage, Lasad? Do you feel
Yes.
like your post caused damage?
No, not the post. No, I don't. So what happened with the Facebook post was I said, and I quote, "Hey man, I'm not finna be getting cool with you, falling not, getting cool with you, falling not, getting cool with you, falling not. Like I'm your bitch. I'm gonna go do that with your hoe. I'm not your hoe." When I spoke on that, I wasn't speaking to anyone specifically. I was just speaking in general. You do that with girls, get back together, break up, get back, a man and girl relationship. My stepmother's sister came about and implied I was talking about her. And quoted, said multiple times, "Auntie, I didn't mean nothing by it. There's just something going on with me and my daddy." "Oh, nah, that don't got nothing to do with you calling my sister a hoe." Auntie, I didn't call your sister a hoe. I didn't mean no harm, Auntie. I'm just be nah, but my sister got big hoe. She was Auntie, again, I'm not calling your sister a hoe. It's just me and my daddy. Then my sister didn't allow it. She got hopped into it because she saw her auntie saying I was talking about her mother. And she came and spoke. I said, well, sis, you wasn't even on enough for most of this stuff that went on. So, I'm not even gonna take it there with you. But the post was strictly, what I'm saying, just to getting him to see that I'm not gonna keep doing this. It's draining to be, what I'm saying, keep going back and forth with you. And we gonna get nowhere. For 27 years, it's been this. Like, this is just the first instance that you see, Shelby, the word has seen on Facebook, but it's been plenty more of this behind the scenes that he's been the antagonist. And not saying I always been in the right when it came to certain stuff, but when the aggressor and the antagonist is aggressive and disrespectful with it, you feel what I'm saying? The protagonist has got no choice but to, you know what I'm saying? In my position, got no choice but to stand up in the pain and, hey, well, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was about. In the post, I don't feel like, and I quote, just so we can, for future references, like, I'm not apologizing to anyone about it because I know what I came from my heart. It wasn't just about me and my father. That's the only person who could fix this situation. Not nobody else. I didn't include nobody else. And I remember Miss Pooh has been there in some ways for me, not discrediting her in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? But I have a mother and I have a stepmother. But it's like, I don't have no ill will against her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you go with my daddy.
So
Hope y'all
let
live
me
it
ask
happy
you a
every
question.
after.
Let me ask you a question though. You said that you don't feel like you owe anybody an apology for that post. That was
Right.
a strong statement to say with so much disrespect in that post. Why do you feel like why do you feel like there shouldn't that it could have been worded differently? Why wouldn't you think that it could have been said differently?
Like the post
Yeah,
itself.
why would you
Oh,
think that the post would have needed to be so disrespectful to get his attention?
oh no, I wasn't trying to get his attention. I really was just like, maybe if you could say a event. It was late and I was in New Mexico. I remember exactly how I went. I was in state of New Mexico. I was done driving for the day. I was laying in my bed. I'm like, man, I catch myself sometimes traumatized from stuff my dad done said to me, responding. Like it could have been years ago. Oh, bitch ass nigga, your mama a hoe. Oh, fuck nigga you talking to. That's what I say to myself. I'm knowing that he said it was old, but I catch myself just driving and be like, fuck nigga you talking to. But I get he's not beside me. And the situation was old, but it's like, damn, that man traumatized my mind to even be responding to this. I gotta get it out some type of way. Like I said, I can go song with it. I can go post with it. And when I go to social media, I'm not looking for anyone to respond. It happened that way because of the village, but I wasn't looking for that. I could care less. That's why I talked to my cousin twin. I highlight you about that. I'm sorry. And my cousin Dale like that because they're like, hey, cuz. The only person who can fix this is Lil Side and Big Side. Not twin, not cuz, and cuz just cuz where they come from. Nah, the only person who can fix this and really get it going, get it how I need to be is Lil Side and Big Side, not the supporting cast. So it's like that's why I was trying to get everybody to see, including Dale and Twin was, hey, everybody else. Y'all just back out. This got to do with me and my daddy. Nobody else, not me. You know what I'm saying? So
Do
it
you
was just
realize
like,
that you invited everybody in when you put it on
yeah,
Facebook? You invited
yeah,
the comments,
yeah,
you
yeah.
invited the
I did.
opinions.
Yeah, I
So
did. I
at that
did.
point, it's hard to say what people can and cannot say when you invited them in.
Right, right.
So
Okay, I
now
got
that's
it.
why I asked, could the delivery have been different?
Okay,
Because
okay.
irregardless of there's nothing, and let me go ahead and just say this. There's nothing about you that's a fuck nigga. There's nothing about your daddy that's a fuck nigga side. So those are words that we cannot just say, especially when you're talking about to your father, to your mother. Those are just because just like you just said, your father said something disrespectful about your mom. I'm pretty sure your mom has said something disrespectful about your dad. Did you go to Facebook and terrorize your mother about it? Did you go to
Oh,
Facebook and did you
yeah.
no?
No, 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 no. Okay, so before
So no,
this
and I'm not
this.
saying that because that's what I want you to do. So don't take that as
Oh no, no,
no,
no, no! I ain't
no,
saying
no.
no,
I'm
no,
just
no. I was just saying
saying
I definitely have before, like, but it could be both. But it's like it's spoken to in different contexts because my mama not
exactly.
with the rah rah. But yeah,
Exactly. And your
I got on
father
social
not
media and ranted about her
with the
too.
rah-rah either though, baby. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have we respond differently to who we respond to, who we're talking to.
Right,
So
right.
again, your mother ain't coming to you from a hurtful place when she give you advice, but you don't snap all over her and be ready to shut the relationship down completely. It's the person who's giving you the advice that you have a problem with. And that's what you have to start to be accountable for. You have to be responsible for your response just because it doesn't come off the way you want it to come off. You 27, boo. So that means that at your big old age, you step out of line one time, the law, if you step over the line one time, see your father trying to save you from you stepping over the line. You want to experience stepping over the line anyway. You like fuck the direction I'm giving. Let me just go and jump over that line and see what that jumping over that line get me. That's what you want to experience it anyway, even though somebody is giving you preventative measures to not do it. So that type of bullheadedness, even if it's just like Saad Akbar Sr., even if you acting just like your daddy, I don't care who you picked it up from, it's not gonna fly. It don't matter it just don't matter, baby. It don't matter. When you have someone that's trying to save you, take away the fact of how it's being delivered sometimes, especially when you know it's coming from a place of love. You can't, and I know y'all have been through y'all things, and just because this went on Facebook, that ain't the first thing that I know about y'all done been through. I know y'all. But my point is that your response side has to change. You have to not feel like somebody is going to care about what happens to you when you go out into your experiences outside of your family. The people who care about you is your family and that village. But the people who gonna show up for you when things don't go how they supposed to go in your life, it's gonna be your family. So when you make those choices to go and not listen and say, I want to go and just experience it myself, you are putting yourself in a hot seat, especially when you already know that there is another route. And the reason why I keep bringing up fatherhood for you is because you about to step into it, baby, and you can't turn back from that. You decided that it is what you're going to do. That's where you are. That's what's going to happen. So that means that before the child actually comes, you're supposed to be changing your life to be prepared for that child. You're supposed to automatically start changing who you are, changing how you address things, changing how you move, changing how you live, changing how you drive, changing how you smoke, changing how you drink, changing how you eat, changing how you do every single thing because you're about to become a parent. No longer is your life about little side no more. So when you say that experience is the best teacher, that's not, you want to prevent certain experiences so you can be around to father and be around for that child that's going to need you. So you can see what his experiences are. So you can enjoy what his life is going to bring. When you got somebody that's willing to reach down and say, it don't matter what this person said to me, because it don't matter how they might have disrespected me. It don't matter how many times I done told them this and they still didn't listen. They still showing care and concern. If a person keep trying to come back and help, even when they know that you're not willing to accept it, that's because they love you. So when you say you don't think it's coming from a good place, I think that you're just being delusional about that, or you don't want to accept that it's coming from a good place because of who it's coming from. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah,
Do you feel
it's
any of
not.
that? Do you get
Yeah,
any?
I don't agree with that because it's
Okay.
like like facts have proven that it wasn't. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna say this. I don't know if this sensitive or not. I'm gonna just keep all. I'm gonna lay everything. I'm gonna speak all facts, right? My daddy got this smoke shop, right? But before that, it wasn't the legal way, right? You push your son into that type of business. You said you didn't, but you did. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of pushing your son to do the right thing, go to school, stay in school, don't even mess with none of this. You push him into that position. Now, in my head, I already want to do it anyway because that's what I seen. You feel what I'm saying? But I was kind of pushed into a position of boom, and I picked up the habit. Not saying it's his fault or it's all his fault, but at the same time, it's like facts are proving you did that for some money from your son. You didn't do it for, I want my son to flourish too, because I can go to work. I could get a trade, which he always pushed trade on me, which I appreciate. But you see how you was right. Yeah, I didn't take the advice 2 years ago, but I took it 2 years later. You won, but like, what you want, a pat on the back for doing that? I appreciate your pops. You did say get a trade, and I got that. You know what I'm saying? So you doing, you know what I'm saying? So what be the extra, even grudge or you pushing like, okay, bet I got the CDL, now let me work it.
It's not grudge. It's not grudge though, baby. It's not that. It's never a grudge, and it's never like they're upset about it. It's because sometimes, like I said earlier, it's not about experience. Sometimes you don't always have to walk. If you still was gonna end up down driving trucks 2 years later, what was wrong with your time and trying to prevent you from it then? Because if you said that you want to rap and do all of those things that push you into rapping,
Hey, can I speak on that, Shelby?
go ahead.
Can I speak on the trucking thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No disrespect, like you say, Saw, but before the trucking thing, everybody remember Saw working up there to FAMU. Saw mom was at,
You break it up real bad, bro.
okay. I'm back now.
Yes.
Well, basically, Saw mother and his grandmother for months, almost a year, pushed him to go get a job up there because he had came back from school. It didn't work out. His daddy told him one day, "Hey, boy, man, go on up there and get that job, man." Bell. He was working the
No, my
next
mom,
day.
that was the same day.
Let me,
No,
excuse
it
me.
was
You
not.
cutting me off. You can talk when I'm finished, boy. You can talk when I'm finished, man. We ain't finna keep doing that.
I'm gonna be
We ain't
asking
finna
God
keep doing
tonight,
that,
man.
man. Hey, you know what, though, Miss Shelby? You know what? This one I'm at with it. Hey, you gonna apologize to your mama and your sister, and I'm done with it from there. And it don't happen. I'm daddy from there. Now we can end the show or do whatever from there. I don't care what happens. If you don't apologize to your sister and your stepmama, we gonna see. And I'm done from there. Whatever else y'all want to say or talk about it. Now I'm being daddy. And I mean that. Cause I can't take, you know what I'm saying? Enough. And you talking about you ain't gonna apologize? And I call you a story. Cause I took you to your mama to apologize to her whenever you was disrespectful to her. I made you stand in front of her. Ass pivot. Don't play with me. We'll get your mama on this live. Don't play with me. What you gonna do is apologize, son. And I'm done with that. Take it how you wanna.
Okay.
And I don't respond on Facebook, man. I respond straight. See, I don't do Facebook. That's why you ain't get a response from your dad.
I'm busy guys tonight, man.
Okay, I'm done with it now. You don't apologize. It's up.
Hey.
Doing no more talking. Let's get off of this now. I'm done with it now.
All right. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and call. Let me go ahead and just say this. Let me go ahead and say
baby.
this.
That's what's up.
You hear me? Bit
I love you, baby. That's what's up.
I love you too. Listen. Wait, before you go. Can you hear me? Side.
Well, yeah, I'm lit. I hear you.
Okay, before you go, I just want to say thank you. Look, you and Lil Side. I want to say thank y'all for taking the time to address this conversation today, and taking a chance on it. So much that I heard today lets me know that this could be something that can actually be fixed and resolved. And this could be, y'all can have a really immaculate relationship. So outside of today, I'm still going to do my part as a coach and get back with y'all. Cause I'm not going to rest without knowing that there's going to be something that comes from this. Violence though, Lil Side, you have to watch what you're saying, baby. You really got to watch what you're saying. You got to cover you have to cover your voice to save your life for your child, honey. It don't matter what type of raw emotions you have right now. I just said we got to learn how to put them emotions to the side. Moving forward, you have to do better with how you approach your using your voice. You have to, honey. The way you're using it right now, if you're going to use it in that manner, especially talking to somebody like your daddy, that's not going to be healthy. Speak with respect, and respect does not mean, and having respect for someone does not mean that you're fearing them or you're bowing down. That's what people deserve. If they're not speaking to you in a disrespectful manner, why would you?
He have been for 27 years, Shelby. That's the thing. That's the big thing about.
We're working today on changing that. We're not talking about the past.
The past, right. I get. You're right. You're right about that.
The past to help us with. Only thing we can take
with the present.
We trying to fix what happened in the past. You cannot harp on it and think that it's going to get better if you're still using the past in the present.
You're right.
So watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, baby. I really appreciate y'all for taking the time to do this today. I feel like we got somewhere. Even though y'all may not feel like that, I really feel like we got somewhere. But I do want you to know that regardless of what you feel about that post, it doesn't matter if you don't feel like you hurt someone. If someone told you that you hurt them with that post, you hurt them with that post, okay?
That stuff was a lie. It never came from them. It came from him.
I'm talking about.
He told me that it hurt someone. No, they didn't even tell me that. He the only one said that. No, so my sister didn't tell me. My sister got my Instagram, my number. She didn't tell me that. Miss Pooh didn't tell me that. And she has my number. None of them it was only him that said that. So that means it's something he put in their head that I said. Because again, like I said, her sister pointed that out. She didn't say, "Oh, so you talking about me?" Her sister said that. So it's like, what is really going on? I wasn't speaking to anyone. I said, go do that with your hoes. Go fall out, get back together with your hoes. I'm not your hoe. Not speaking to anyone else. I'm speaking to in general when you dealing with women. You feel what I'm saying? Got the same thing you got her and my mama going through. You pimp them, and that's why they mad at each other. That's the real facts. We speaking on facts. That's the real fact. That's why they don't like each other, because you let that shit get like that. And you want to talk about you mad, nigga. Be mad, nigga. I'm mad too. That's why I said meet mans and dollars. You show each other how mad we is, my nigga.
Calm down.
Now and this little side, this kid no play talking, nigga.
Calm down. Your dad has stepped off. Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in. What you stay right there, side. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. We will catch back up next Wednesday. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna shut down the show for today. Side, you stay right there though. Thank y'all. Have a good evening.
6:30 p.m. Eastern, ShelbysWorld live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything to light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, a role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.